Can AI help you with an ill-advised purchase? That's what we're going to talk about today. Hi, this is Jill from the North Woods, talking about how to get started with AI, even if we don't trust it very much or we're very new to it, one small step at a time. I'm going to tell you a story, and it started with this refurbished slush machine. You know, the slushies you get at the gas stations, you can make them at home, right? It was a refurbished product. I knew that was going to be the case. I knew I was buying something like that. And I also knew that it was probably going to be missing some parts and everything else. But, I've bought refurbished things in the past, and so I was pretty optimistic about my chances that it would be a good device. So I was excited to come, and when it came, I immediately got it. And what I was looking to do was have some sort of icy treat that I could figure out how to make healthy. I've just lost a number of pounds. And so I'm looking at ways of being able to treat myself without going too far or doing something too extreme. And I thought icy slushes were the way to go. But this story really isn't about icy slushes. It's talking about what AI did to help me through this entire incident. So we're going to look at exactly what happened. So I got the package and everything looked intact, and there were no instructions with it because a lot of times when something gets returned to a place and it gets refurbished, the instructions, the cookbooks, whatever came with it, they don't come with it. That's pretty common with it. So the first step that I did is I decided not to get frustrated with it. A lot of people get frustrated. In fact, if you looked at reviews online of this device, people were mad, hey, there was no instructions. So instead, I got curious. And this is really where the story with AI started. The moment that I got it out of the box and I looked at what I had and didn't have, the idea I thought was, what exactly could it do? So the first thing it did is it showed me what it is that you take it out of the package, how you set it up, and it gave me some very good instructions about how it works and how to get started with it. That's really cool. But then the second part of it too is I wanted to take ingredients that were healthy and maybe some that I already had around the house, frozen fruit, yogurt, and then make it healthier. How could I add protein or fiber? How could I turn it into something that's a treat without putting a ton of sugar in it? And, like I said, I just didn't have all the materials with it. Can I use fresh fruit in this? Do I have to blend it in, or does it just blend itself? Do I just pour this in? Can I add maybe like flaxseed to give it a little bit more fiber in it? Can I put creatine in there, which is a supplement I take? How can I make this part of kind of a fun daily habit? And lots of questions that were there. And AI was fantastic at answering all the questions. The idea is that I really wasn't looking to get a chemistry lesson. You never made slushes before. So the thing that you have to know when you're making slushes is it requires sugar in order to have the right compound in it so that it actually freezes. If you just use a packet of flavors that has artificial sugars in it, the slush won't come together. It will never freeze. You need a certain amount of sugars in it. Oh no, so now what is it going to do? It's basically called sugar behavior. It's part of how liquids behave in a certain order at low temperatures. And the idea is you don't want it to freeze in a solid block. Like if you put it in a freezer, it's going to freeze. You want it slushy. So we talked about real options. Does real fruit count? Sure. Does dairy count? Yeah, it has sugar in it too, a different kind of sugar in it. But then it started talking to me about other products called like allulose. And it behaves like a sugar in frozen confectionery things because it's like a rare form of sugar, and it doesn't hit the body in the same way. It's 90% less calories than actual sugar. So that was genuinely interesting to me because that was a way I could get healthier without fighting the machine's requirements. So I wasn't just getting recipes, I was getting an education on how I can make different kinds of treats that would be a little bit healthier for me. That's part of the foundation, so we started building real combinations of things. This fruit, that yogurt. I bought some coffee-based flavorings that I could use, put with cocoa, peanut butter powder, blend things together. Or I could take berries from frozen fruit, yogurt, and put them together and have some kind of almost like a berry milkshake. With all these different variations I was getting, that way I get a small amount of fat, I get less sugar, and, then it even talked about, putting a little pinch of salt in there, putting a little pinch of like lemon juice to add sort of an acid base in it. It even mentioned using xanthan gum, which is there to help stabilize it and make it a little bit thicker, make it have a better sort of texture to it. By the end of this conversation, I understood exactly what the ingredients were, and I had a plan. I only had to go out and buy a few things, and then I was ready for this new device. But here's what happened. It didn't work. It was nothing dramatic, and nothing exploded, and nothing made a terrible noise. It ran, and then it beeped like it's done, which it's supposed to do when it's done, and it was still liquid. It was not slushing. And so I thought, well, maybe it's me. Maybe, it looked like the machine was doing something accurately. It just wasn't freezing on it. So then I thought, okay, well, let's go through this. My first thought is, let's figure out what's happening. So I went back to AI. I told it what I put in there and it didn't freeze. I said, well, you added, the sugar substitute. Maybe the ratio's a little bit too low. So I tried another one, added a little bit more in it, and simplified the recipe, took the creatine out, took out the flaxseed. Let's just go simple. Let's just try something simple. Same results every time. It would run for a little bit, it would beep, it would stop, and it would never freeze. Oh boy, now I'm starting to think this thing is really broken, right? So AI suggested, okay, the true test to know if this thing is broken is put juice in it. Well, it just happened that I had some apple cider. There was plenty of sugar in it. And I said, fine, let's just put that in the machine. And then we will know. This is the definitive test to see if it's broken. And it's not going to be healthy. I knew that much. But it's a control, to just understand, am I doing something wrong or is this machine broken? Well, the long and short of it is I cooled down the apple juice. I put it in the cylinder. I didn't put anything else in there. And you know what? It still didn't work. Same thing. Run, it would beep, it would stop, no slush. So it's not me, right? But anyway, at that point, I knew a lot of recipes I wanted to try. The machine was broken. So I went to the company I bought it from and put in a ticket to get it returned to them. And, that's the idea, is that you can go through this process. So, like I said, it helped me in the purchasing of it. It helped me figure out what kind of recipes to try. It helped me with troubleshooting the entire device. But now I want this thing. I want to use this. I'm excited now to use these types of recipes. But in the meantime, since I bought this, when I figured out it was not working, I wanted to see what else was out there. And I wanted to make sure that I was actually making the right choice. I bought this refurbished item because the discounted price was so extremely low cost that I said, how could I pass this up, right? I wanted to give it that kind of piece. But here comes the next step in it. So now I'm going through this process of saying, hey, this is what I was trying to do with my life. I was trying to, have a healthy treat. What are some other products that I could get? And so we started reviewing some of the other products that they were there. What would be better? There's the Ninja Creamy, which is almost an ice cream maker. It's an ice cream maker, it does soft serve. I could still do the same kind of thing, put my healthy components in there and make ice cream instead or milkshakes, that kind of thing. Or I could just buy another Slushie machine, but maybe buy it new instead of refurbished. And there were some other products in there. So through AI, I was able to sort of go through my goals for this. My goals were to create high protein, high fiber, healthier for me treats that I could enjoy on hot summer days. And we, started reviewing all these. So I want you to take away from this entire story the idea of this, the curiosity, the chemistry lesson I got on how to make slushes, the recipes, out of the box thinking about different kinds of recipes when it came to either fruit flavored slushes or chocolate and coffee flavored slushes, milkshakes, those kinds of things. And then the testing we did. the conversation back and forth to figure out what was going wrong. AI, certainly didn't fix my machine. It can't do that. But it walked alongside with every step, helping me figure out what was actually going on, helped me learn something new I didn't know anything about, helped me troubleshoot systematically instead of just trying to tweak this and tweak that and just never really know if it was broken or just something I was doing. Think of it this way. If I went through this whole process and returned it and bought another one, then now it's going to be more expensive, and I just didn't even know what I was doing, then it's kind of my fault and I'd be stuck in the same position again. And it helped me understand knowing when to stop the testing when we had a clear, and it helped me to know when to stop testing. The thing is broken. Let's just send it back. The small step in all of this is to not try harder, but, to keep getting what you want out of AI. I have a number of recipes now I can't wait to try until I buy a new device. I really hope that helps you move forward a little bit in clarity. You can use AI to solve a bunch of problems about something very specific, like a slushie maker. It doesn't have to be that example. You could have bought anything, a computer, you could have bought a new phone, you could have bought whatever it is and gone through the process of letting AI help you understand it better, help you understand what you can do with it better. And I hope that lesson helps you. That's it for today. I hope you remember I'm Jill from the North Woods, and I want to hear what you're going through. Can you put in the chat channel what it is that you're going through, that you're thinking about when it comes to AI? Are you trying to have it solve a certain problem for you? Are you scared to have it try to solve a new problem with you? Or is there some question that you've been having that you just never seem to be able to get the answer to? Let's see if we can work on it together. You always can email me at jill@startwithsmallsteps.com. Appreciate you being out there and have a great day.